I think it's important to know that we really don't have any money to send. I mean, we have to borrow the money from
Amen.
China to send it to Ukraine. And I think most people kind of get that, and many Republicans will say that and understand it when it is a new social program. But if it's military aid to a country, they're like, well, we can borrow that. That's a justified borrowing. But the problem is that it all leads to inflation. So it kind of hurts the Republican argument that, Biden's debt and Biden's spending has caused inflation, except for when it's bipartisan spending, and then that doesn't really count. But in the last month, Republicans added over $100 billion in new debt with Democrats in providing direct subsidies to semiconductor companies, and also by increasing the National Science Foundation, one of the most wasteful organizations in Washington. It's been condemned since the time of William Proxmire. Whenever I list these outrageous sort of studies that make no sense, that people say, no way, we're spending money on that, that's the National Science Foundation. One example, in the last year, $1.5 million spent studying people taking selfies of themselves smiling to determine whether or not, if you look at those pictures of yourself later, it will make you happier. So this is the kind of great stuff Republicans have put forward. Now the Republicans are supporting this, but guess what comes at the end of this week or next week? $48 billion to bail out restaurants for COVID. Now, I thought the COVID lockdown was over a year ago, except for maybe a few outlier Democrat states, and yet now you have Republicans wanting to push forward another $48 billion. So there needs to be someone up here who says, enough's enough, we don't have the money.